Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome to MFTV on a Wednesday night. I know it's not like a normal week, but listen, man, we need a couple more days to digest the weekend. I'm joined, of course, with my co-host Mahad from the Pit Stop Fracker. What's going on, G?
I'm good. I'm just going through the motions now. I feel a bit weird about the season. Like we've wrapped up the championship in terms of constructors. There's still this one going on the line. Is there jeopardy? And this kind of like, what was it? 5 more races now. It feels like it's gonna be a very long 5 races.
It is, isn't it? 5 races to go. And yeah, you know what, bro? The season feels long, man. This season feels long now. I need the end. I need the end ASAP. That's why.
This is why I said 19 races is the best season. That's enough. Yeah. We would have wrapped this title up.
It would have been wrapped. It would have been wrapped. I mean, what's your headlines from this weekend, man? If you had something to say from it, what's your takeaway?
Max Verstappen.
That's it, yeah. Just Max.
Yeah, man.
Max Verstappen. Guys, in the comments as well, let us know what is your headline, what's your takeaway from this weekend.
What about you?
What is my headline from this week? My thing is like, what's happened to Oscar's pace? Like, just genuinely speaking, where are you, Oscar? What's going on? That's all I'm because this title was as good as done as far as I was concerned, and
yeah,
I still believe it to be the case. It's just no, Oscar, where are you? Like that's my headline. Oscar, where are you? That's my.
We did speak about it though. We said that look, obviously he's succeeded in every track that he struggled at this last year. So Shanghai he struggled. We did a job. Yeah, this year he won. He struggled in Spain. He won. You know what I'm saying? He struggled in Zandvoort. He won.
Yeah.
But ever since we finished the European leg, it's not looking good, man.
It's not.
So we've seen the crash in Baku and quali and the race. Singapore, I think he was good in the second stint. The first stint, he was slow. I don't know whether he was just processing the whole thing with what happened with Lando. So I give him a blind for that one. COTA, just not there. Just not there. That was 2024 pace.
Oh, yeah.
So is that your key highlight? Like where is this guy gone? What's happened?
Yeah, like it's like I think over the course of a season, like Martin Brundle said something quite interesting where he said, Oscar just doesn't have the pace anymore, and he said that, but Oscar's had a great season. So it's not to say that this championship is not his. He says that anyone that wins the title from here is a worthy winner. But it's the fact that when he mentioned over the course of the season, Oscar's been brilliant. I'm wondering, like, we didn't expect like that kind of drop off to this level and this consistently. It's been a long time. Like, when was the last time Oscar was on the podium? For example. And there you go. That's my concern. The fact that we can't even Monza. So that was what, 4 races ago?
Yeah.
Nearly, was it 5 races ago? 4 or 5? The fact that we're even having to stretch, like Monza's ages ago to me, that's ancient history. That's long gone. So the fact that we're going back there to find a podium from Oscar, not necessarily a race win. I'm not fussed about how many races he's won.
I think he's got less on his plate in terms of how to wrap this up compared to the other two. Like Max has to just go perfect. He has to win races or come second.
Yeah.
And he cannot DNF. He cannot have any issue. You cannot have a random P8 or it's just basically done. Yeah. Lando has to be close to perfect as well, just to close that gap and try to get into the lead. But with Oscar, he just needs to win one race. One or 2 races is done.
And it's done. Yeah.
But he can't continue the form of, if he performs like how he performed in COTA and carried on, then he might end up 3rd at this pace.
Exactly. So that's a I'm trying to watch that space. I think what we have to see, I think the rule applies for all of them, whether it's Lando, Oscar, even Max. Get on pole position, mate. Get on frigging pole position.
Our poles have dried up, mate. We haven't had a pole since Zandvoort.
Since when?
Zandvoort.
That's what I'm saying. Zandvoort, like
that's August.
That's what I'm saying. We're in October, people. Like, how is that our last pole position? So there's certain things that I'm a bit like. Normally, I don't necessarily listen to the wind or anything like that. But the very fact that I'm searching for podiums, I'm searching for pole positions, I'm searching. You know what I mean? You're thinking, and everyone talks about the points gap, and I totally hear all of it. And I'm hearing, oh, Max Verstappen's done this. Claude, I think was the 140 points or so, whatever it was, and now he's down to like 40. The other thing I would say, the other half of me is very much like, what's more, I think, which is not more impressive, because that's not true, but what I think is impressive as well that no one talks about is how close the gap Lando Norris has made to Piastri, because now Lando's 14.
It's 14 points, yeah.
So I'm saying, so the fact that he's 14 points, and that's a story I rather want to lean on, because at the end of the day, my McLaren driver wins, whether it's Oscar or Lando. But yeah. we need to frigging tighten up. And I know Mexico's not one of our places, so this weekend could be scary hours, man. It could literally be scary hours, enough to make people doubt, enough for McLaren themselves to start doubting, enough for Oscar to doubt, or even Lando Norris.
I wanted to ask you a question. Where's our pace? Where's the car?
That's what I'm saying. It's like what you were saying. It's exactly what you said about Oscar. Where is our pace as a whole? You mean like pole positions and stuff, like fighting for P1
just like
and stuff?
the car was in a much better place. Is it a case of just teams have caught up with us? Because what I remember is Red Bull in the Horner era, they were just throwing the kitchen sink at it. They've brought so many upgrades this year. If somebody actually put a list of performance upgrades that's happened this year, Red Bull far and away got so much more than us.
Really?
Right? To the point where I'm like, how are they not breaching cost cap? Or are they just putting it on one? Or guess what? They can save money by just putting it on one car rather than the other one.
Other.
They finally cracked the code. Are they gonna? They said they got more upgrades up their sleeve. Andrea Stella said, "Nah, we ain't doing it anymore. We're done." I don't know whether Red Bull's just throwing the kitchen sink at it to kind of save to keep Max Verstappen, and they're just going to be absolutely horrible next year or for the whole next regulations. I just don't know, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, like why has there been such a gap? Red Bull, when they get aggressive with it, they just do what they have to do in order to claw the gap. I think. Do McLaren needed to upgrade since the Zandvoort period? Not really. I don't think so. This was firmly within our grasp. Yeah. Now, have we had? I'm trying to think. Like, have we had any bad luck anywhere? Maybe where it's a bit like, do we feel in the chat? Do you feel like Red Bull are lucky to be here now?
No.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's it. And if the answer is no, the concerns are high.
Remember, they were the ones that were chatting to us at the beginning of the season. They were nicking points from us. They were nicking the odd win here and there, and now they seem like valuable points.
Yeah,
Japan should have won.
Yeah, but it's the thing about it being a long season is taking its toll, and McLaren having to literally fight for it till the very end, because a title race that I think should have been wrapped, like in the next couple of races we would have been like, yeah, Oscar's champion, no one's catching him, blah. Let it be more inevitable than let it be a title challenge. Are we too young in this era of learning to fight for a title race right till the end with 24 races up for grabs?
Well, obviously, if let's say, for example, we're in a situation where it was Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo rather than Oscar Piastri, yeah, Daniel Ricciardo invariably over the season would score less points than Norris. He would take less points off Norris. So it'd be a situation where it'd be very easy to say, okay, Ricciardo, take a back seat. Let's just collect these last bit of points and just wrap this up, right?
Yeah,
because we've got two drivers taking points off each other. No matter how strong Oscar's beginning of the season was, Lando's been taking points off him consistently.
Yeah, he has.
Since after Canada, he's been taking 7 points here, 7 points there. Then he had the setback. Imagine he didn't have the blowing up engine in Zandvoort. He'd be in the championship lead right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
If he didn't have all these things like that, so
imagine.
that's a lot of the stuff at the beginning of the season that was on Lando anyway. Like he's getting to grips with the car, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mental errors like Canada and stuff like that. These are issues that he needed to sort himself out. Even like in Baku, he didn't take advantage of Oscar having his mistakes. But we've constantly got Oscar taking points of Lando, Lando taking points of Oscar. That's a whole different conversation than Max. Max is just, if he scores points, that's for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't take him points off him.
No.
And it's going to be like that for the rest of the season.
So,
right? So obviously there's people that are bringing up the conversation, oh, should we just put all the eggs? And I think there's validity to those conversations. Oh, we should back one driver now because Max is in poaching range. 40 points ain't a lot, which it isn't. It's not really that a lot because look, Lando was 32 points behind Oscar and look where he is now.
Yeah.
So 40 points is nothing. But I understand those conversations, but how do you prioritize a driver? So let's say, for example, how do you prioritize Oscar in COTA weekend? How does that work in practice?
Yeah. Well,
because he was nowhere.
He was nowhere.
So how do you, when I hear these conversations like Brundle stuff, oh, we need to put the X behind, they need to back Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar qualified behind man.
So
I
now
was like 22 seconds behind him. So that logic would work. If Oscar was on the road and he was P2, no, he was P3 and Lando was P2, maybe there might have been a logic to say, oh, yeah, just switch positions. So Oscar can get most points or have a go at Verstappen, right?
Yeah.
But if that continues, the scenario of COTA, these conversations about
we're cooked. Yeah,
it can't even work in reality if Lando's going past.
Yeah. But also,
so it's a two-pronged effect. You need Oscar to perform and not have this slump at the same time, and then you could possibly think about it.
Yeah, no, and also like, how do we then start? Because we're worried about guy number 3, that we should be, messing up guy number 2 in this conversation. I don't think it makes that much sense. Shout out to Kwame, hope you're good. Putting the eggs in one basket is such a void convo, in my opinion. Why is it void in your opinion? Let us know in the comment section down below. But yeah, that's a very good point. If Oscar's, it's not like Oscar is killing Lando at the minute, and so McLaren just have one job to do. Listen, just send him forward and let's crack on. Bro, he's not even anywhere near him on the track anymore. He's not, you know what I mean? Like, where did Oscar finish? Was it P?
How does team orders work in Baku if the guy goes out first lap?
Yeah, exactly. How does that work?
How does that work in reality? Okay, it works in Singapore in reality, but then nobody overtook anybody. We would have gained the quick 3 points. Maybe that 3 points is enough. But that's something that should have been dealt with. If it was something that they really considered and they really thought Max was a threat, they should have been considering that before summer break. And I'll be totally honest with you, Max was not a threat before summer break.
No, he wasn't.
If you're looking at performances like Hungary when he's like P8, he wasn't a threat.
And the only reason he's a
threat, so people are just doing hindsight logic, like saying, "Oh, you should have made that decision." Nobody would have made that decision then.
No. And in it's just hindsight that the car is not as good anymore. Question: Is the Red Bull car the fastest car in Formula 1 today?
Yes, in qualifying term, I don't think anybody would argue that's the fastest car. Maybe in race pace we had the quick pace, and I think Andrea Stella's made the point a couple times in the last couple of weeks. Like, we had the pace to win. He's saying it. He's and you know what he means by saying that, right? He's like, drivers need to do their thing.
To do your job. Yeah.
Because race pace aspect will quit. Especially Lando could have won the race if he got past. If he qualified on pole, I think he would have won the race.
I think that too. I think if Oscar qualifies on pole, I think he wins the race.
If Lando was on softs at the beginning and had the grip, he could have overtaken, maybe had a chance of going wall to wall with Verstappen and then kind of going off into the distance, because I feel like their pace was similar.
You've got my mind.
And Red Bull still had an eye on Norris. They were looking at him backwards, like looking at his pace, like what's going on. One lap pace. Maybe the car is theoretically, our car can be the fastest, but I think it, like we said all season, it's too difficult to get out.
Oh man,
it's too difficult to get the lap out.
That's so we have to. We'll get into that soft conversation because I'm intrigued by that. I was intrigued by that at the start of the race, and to see how the softs were doing for Charles Leclerc was a bit annoying to me. Let me get into the comment section. Shout out to everybody that's been patiently waiting for us. And yeah, sorry we didn't turn up on Tuesday. We had a bit of other business to sort out. But Adam says, evening lads, agree with that title. 2 becomes 3. Lando, solid weekend, just hesitation in overtaking. Oscar, man, he needs to find form real quickly because that was poor. So is it poor Oscar or is it good Red Bull? That's what I'm
Oscar's,
trying to work out.
No. I think Oscar's performance in a prism of itself, in isolation, was pace-wise, that was his worst performance of the season.
Yeah.
Regardless of what Red Bull's doing or Lando or anything like that, that's bad in itself.
Just in and of himself.
You can't catch Hamilton. What we doing
there? Yeah.
I saw a stat online. He was pacing the same as Tsunoda.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's bad.
That's not good. That's not good. Okay,
and in this comment here, Lando did have a solid weekend, but if you don't do your job, we've how many times have we said? I feel like it's getting boring. It's getting boring. Guys, let's have an honest conversation there. How much times have we seen Lando behind the car? Take 3 million years to overtake. It's getting boring.
We've seen it. You know,
and I'm not taking anything away from Leclerc. Leclerc was brilliant. He did what he needed to do.
Yeah, he done what he had to do.
But when it comes to that type of stuff, and he's got better at it compared to last year, he lacks urgency when overtaking. He could be the worst thing is Lando might not be seen as the greatest attacker because he lacks the urgency or doesn't work it out immediately in terms of what the other guy's doing and stuff like that. When he actually does the overtake itself, he's very brilliant at it. He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He keeps it tight. He's not hitting no one. He knows what he's.
Yeah.
The actual act of overtaking itself, he can do.
Yeah.
Act of defending is very, very, very good. But it's about, does he clock on exactly? Okay, what do I need to do in this scenario? Does he have the urgency to do it straight away, or is he fearing that I might hitting or whatever? The laps go by. Max builds a lead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a level of urgency. There's equivalent. There's a scenario of this. Remember last year, Spain 2024.
Yes. Yep.
Max overtake critical on George. Bang, straight away. Bang.
Done. Yeah, done.
Lando, the whole first stint, he's dancing with him.
Yeah. I did catch myself.
But it's like, okay, you finally clocked to get past Russell, but why did it take you so long to clock on? When you do it, it's absolutely brilliant, but it takes too long. Look at the actual overtake that he did to Leclerc in the race.
Yeah.
He actually, when he did it, it was good.
It was
especially
good, yeah.
The second stint at the end to get second place.
Good battling, yeah.
But why didn't you just do that in the first place?
And you're saying it's a confidence issue? I
don't think it's a confidence issue. I think it's just he's overly cautious.
But why is he overly cautious when he's got nothing to lose?
The worst thing in the world for Lando Norris is to crash his car. That's the worst thing in the world.
But is he not in that position?
DNS doing the overtake. That's the worst thing in the world. He look at him how he was after the sprint race. That's just the worst in the world. To do all this preparation to get 0 points, there's no point.
I don't even want to talk.
So he'd rather settle for a third than get a second. But at the end of the day,
if you're him, though, surely. But he has nothing to lose, though, does he, Lando?
Yeah, and I think this is what I was a bit confused about, because I was like, you have got nothing to lose, and maybe you realized it in the final stint. I've got nothing to lose anyway. Let me go do this. Maybe he realized. Maybe he thought, "Oh, Max is too far." But I think if he might have gone racing with Max. I don't think he would have overtaken him. But if he got past Leclerc, I think he would have kind of gone racing. If he got past Leclerc sooner.
Okay, in your opinion, sorry about that. In your opinion, whose fault is it that we're in this position? Is it the drivers? Is it the background? Is it Red Bull? Whose fault is it?
I don't think it's any. Do you know what? It's obviously people will think it's insignificant at the time, but when you drop points here and there, it adds up in it.
Yeah.
Okay. If let's go through all three of them, right? If Max loses the title, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. So he'll be looked upon nicely anyway. Right? If he failed to do it, if he got close and then he didn't, they'll be like, he was an awesome drive. He brought that car. there
He'll
and
still
he
get
shouldn't have been
ratings.
there because there was periods in the season where that car was just terrible, which is right.
Yep.
For Oscar, they'll be like, oh, he had the whole season, majority of the season in the lead. They'll point back at places like, oh, why did he perform badly in COTA? Why did he just throw away points in Baku? Baku's a lot of points, right? We could talk about double duty points. So let's say he finishes 5th or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even 6th. I don't know really what would have happened if he actually qualified in Q3. But you look back at the points that are lost. Same with Lando. You would look back at like Canada. Why are you just dropping points for no reason? Why did you make that overtake in Jeddah when you passed Hamilton sooner so you could actually catch Leclerc at the end to get that podium position? Just little things. Just over. Why did you get past George quicker? Leclerc quicker so you can get George in Bahrain. Just little. These are the points that people will always look back at, right?
Yeah.
So I think,
and with reason,
the stakes for all three, Max has got no repercussions, bro. People will look back at Max, and if you're being an honest person, you'll be like, "Oh, Max, why did you do that in Spain and hit Russell? Oh my God, you drop points there for no reason." And you could do that for every single person, but I just think this is just the way it's converging, man. And obviously, I think there's a talent differential as well. Obviously, Max is more likely to get the maximum result every weekend compared to in his car compared to Oscar and Lando. And the Oscar and Lando, they can string it together for periods of racing, but then one race will go wrong, and then they have to start again, right? Max will just do it for a long period of time.
Oh man, people are giving their opinions on it for sure. TSJ Awesome says drivers for me. Adam says a mix of everyone for me. Shout out to Khalil. Hope you're doing well. It's all about upgrade with Max. Oh man, McLaren are in big trouble.
This is an assumption that upgrades will work. I would argue that 80% of Red Bull's upgrades did not work this season.
They've just been throwing everything
at it. They brought so many upgrades in the first part of the season, first 10 races, and none of them worked. And Horner got sacked. So there's an assumption that this same technical team, their upgrade is going to work. So, if this last upgrade will work, it's probably a high percentage, probably 70% that the next upgrade will work. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let me get through a lot of these comments because there's a ton of them. You guys have been all over it, man. TSJ says, "Look, if Max wins this title, ... I think
TSJ also was the harshest person in this chat.
Listen, for real. And here's the thing, innit? I'm happy I've won my constructors. By the way, this is MFTV people, yeah. This isn't Piastri TV. This isn't Lando TV, and we're not backing away from the fight. Let's have it right. We want our boys to do it.
I would prefer to have a driver's title, and I would be upset if we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, us not winning the drivers' championship this year, it will go down in history. And why is McLaren involved in something that's going down in history like this? Like in terms of this would be the biggest bottle job I think I've ever seen. This is up there with like.
We had this hypothetical conversation in the summer
because it was so ridiculous. Yeah, it was so ridiculous.
We were like, look at this point lead. There's no way. There's no way. Even when we looked at the point lead after Zandvoort, we were like, this is 33 points, man. There's no way. 33 points the second, let alone what third was doing.
Yeah. It was so ludicrous to think of Max getting in this at all. Like, yeah, he might have a win here and there. That's not unusual. But this points gap being where it is, and the fact, and you know what else is more scary, I think, for all of us, right? Is we're looking ahead at those final 5 races, and I'm telling you now, guys, the only race wins I'm seeing is Abu Dhabi, like confidently.
We ain't won a race in 4 races, man. I'm itching. It's
not even funny. Like we've not won a race in 4. We've not been on the podium in 4. I don't think we've been on the podium since then. I don't think we've won and a pole position since then.
No, we've had podiums. We've had podiums. That's the thing that's ticking Lando.
It's Lando, of course. Yeah, Lando, because Lando's been eating away at those points of Oscars. As we spoke.
Imagine this him finishing second and Oscar finishing 6 is like one of the biggest point gaps he's took out of it.
Well, all season
to the 1-2s because it's 8 points.
Man, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Oscar must be hot right now, man.
That's why it hurts him even more, because he's like, this is a big chunk of points. He won't even taking that off me when we're doing 1-2s.
And it's funny, yeah, because he's thinking Like, okay, this will be the biggest bottle job, but I bet he never even felt like the championship was his. Do you know the ones? Like, I feel like he's blinked, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I can't lose this. If I lose this, this is going to be the worst thing ever. Like,
I could pretend that I don't care, but if I was talking smack, man. Max can't win the title, man.
No, Max can't win this title.
And a lightning strike from the Honda gods turn that engine off, man. The conversation's over. If the engine if he DNFs, it's done. We don't need to hear this nonsense anymore.
We need that Mexico.
It's being peddled in the media. It's not even nonsense anymore. It's reality, but I don't want to hear it.
I mean, the fact that
60 points back immediately,
bro. The fact that it's in our title. This is in our title, yeah. This is.
It was too.
That's the thing. In this title, I'm reading this and I'm like, yo, that is the headline, bro. Like, I can't believe we're sitting here saying this. You know, and other people in the chat are agreeing as well. Drea, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well.
Drea,
hello, guys. Sorry, I am here, not there at the moment. Every time, I'm not so well at the moment, and sometimes you need to stay away from everything. But glad to be here today, even if it was a tough weekend to watch. Listen, Drea,
hang in there, Drea. We've been through tough times.
We've been through, man. Tough times never last. You know the ones like we get well soon, man. We hope we can try and give you some sort of comfort over this week. And oh man, Mexico, we'll have to wait and see. Mohammed, hope you're doing well. Evening, guys. Hot take: Oscar this weekend was worse than Baku. That's fair, right?
Baku, you crashed twice. I don't even know what his pace was in Baku. What pace do we even know? Every single data graph, there's no data for Oscar. So what does that tell you?
So no data versus this. I don't know. That's the
thing.
Said
the unknown versus the known. What do we know? I don't know. There's both as bad as each other.
Do you know what?
I'd argue that Baku's worse.
Do you know? I'd argue Austin's worse purely because, like, we did the distance. So to Mohammed's point, like, we did qualifying. We saw what that was. The sprint was what it was, right? Because the sprint was hell on earth anyway. Then we did a race. You get what I'm saying? Like, Mohammed's probably onto something here. We actually have data to say.
I erased the sprint from my mind because I switched off.
Do you know? I forgot about it. You know, there's this thing with these sprint weekends. Yeah, I forget Friday and Saturday. I barely remembered qualifying. So it's been
an eventful weekend for McLaren. I think we have to kind of like go through each one. Yeah. So coming into the weekend, Peter, let me know what do you think of the word repercussions?
What the hell's going on? Guys, nah. What we need is a new guy in the comms department, the PR department, whatever. We need somebody new. We need a number 2 of Andrea Stella, because Stella is great on the mic.
He needs somebody that's senior that controls every single narrative that comes out of the team and all language. Every single thing that is said needs to be proofread. It needs to be checked.
I'm there reading this.
They need to go to Stella. They need to go to Norris. They need to go to Oscar. What are you planning to say?
Do you know what I'm saying?
There needs to be a guy that's going, what are you planning to say?
You know that who's the guy that had to deal with Horner's nonsense last year? I remember Drive to Survive. This guy was having to pattern every interview. I forgot his name. The guy that's at Red Bull, he's probably still there now. He must have got a pay rise after that gig, because the way he had to squash every single meeting in those media press. Honestly, Mahad, I thought we had this conversation last week on the pod. We discussed it. We thought about, fairness, unfairness, this, that, and the other. Cool. Water under the bridge. Let's move on. We're in a new country. We're in a new continent, for goodness sake. Let's get on with it. The first thing that comes out on the Thursday, I said, nah, what's going on, boys? I said, what's going on? Why are we discussing this still?
Peter, a year to the day, what did we say in Monza, after Monza? I said, keep stuff in the house. They don't need to know this.
No.
There's literally no need to understand. There's no need. At football clubs, do they need to know what the internal disciplinary
absolutely not
things are? The public don't need to know that. They don't need to know how much they get for being late for training or getting a yellow card in the game. Nobody needs to know. That's internal comms. The repercussions is internal comms. They don't need to say this out loud. I don't know why nobody's sitting them to the side and saying, Zach, Stella, Lando, Oscar, we're going to be doing this repercussion stuff because this is internal, right? But when we get to COTA on Thursday, you don't say a word. This has got nothing to do with anything. You just don't say anything. And I understand about being honest and transparency and being transparent to the fans. They don't need to know. They don't need to know. Guess what? There was repercussions to Canada. People didn't know.
I'm sure exactly.
Talked about repercussions. Now they know.
Exactly that. Canada was worse, and we didn't hear a peep at what took place. We did not hear a peep what took place. This one, where you could argue for or against or whatever, and we're hearing that that's
even more marginal.
What, honestly, yeah,
Canada's not marginal.
Yeah, no, mate, my head was hot. I can't lie, my head was hot because I was like, guys, what we need to do is shut up and just get our head back down to the tarmac. Let's get on the asphalt and kill someone.
It's infuriating because I know the industry well, comms, PR, stuff like that. I know very, very, very into it. This is just a disaster because you need to keep it in house. There's no need for this to ever go out. What's the benefit for it to go out? I look at it as negatives and positives. There's no benefit to saying this and keeping it.
No.
The worst thing is it's ironic because Ron Dennis was the opposite way. It was closed door. Don't even talk to the media. It's mysterious.
It's so annoying.
You would have them little sessions where you could get the media gets to speak to the drivers and whatever. Yeah, but everything was pre-checked. Like you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say da. This is just way too open now. And I'm not. Listen, if they've got their own. This is the problem, yeah, because I think there's issues with all sides. The people that are not McLaren fans, there's issues with people that are McLaren fans, there's issues that people that are Oscar fans, and there's issues that are Lando fans, right? About the whole repercussions thing, right? But the thing is, when you actually listen to what they're saying, what they're saying, I understand what they're saying. It doesn't need to come out. First of all, I want to preface this. It doesn't need to come out, but they've created a drivers framework, right? With the drivers, they've created a set of rules amongst Lando, Oscar, and the team. Okay, this is how we're going to do things, right? And this was done well before the season, before wheels even turned, right? And the drivers have said, okay, maybe we should do this, and then they all agreed the action plan, right?
Yeah.
So there's no confusion or anything like that regarding it. They knew what they signed up for. They signed the contract. This is our social contract. This is our driver contract, so on and so on, right? Which was constructed by the drivers and the team, right? And when something happens, let's say, for example, Singapore or whatever, there are repercussion actions, right? Yeah. Minor things, whatever they've listed, right?
Yeah.
Right? Drivers knows what they signed up for. That's why the drivers are completely happy with it. They're fine. Lando's not complaining about it. Oscar's not complaining about it, right? They're aware of what they signed up for, right? The team know what they signed up for with the driver frame, with the drivers, right? The people that don't understand is the audience.
Yes.
So why does the audience need to know about it? Why does the fans need to know about it? Nobody needs to know about it. That's an internal conversation.
Yeah.
If we knew the inner workings of all businesses all over the world, whatever, we would outside stakeholders would be like, okay, what's going on in that company? Why do you do things that way? Why is that your policy? We don't need to know what's happening in McLaren. We don't need to know about these repercussions.
We don't.
So that's just a box. That's a botch job of handling that situation because they don't need to know about it. Who you been open and transparent to?
Yeah. We literally we were over the line. We were gone. The story had finished. Do you know what I'm saying? We're in a new circuit, brand new weekend, and then as Drea says, look, everyone's laughing again. Shout out to Sarah. Says, look, we've gone from having some of the best comms in media, from the days of Unboxed good times to being a joke.
I think this is more the overall strategy is coming from the top. Like,
I think
like, why would that ever come out? It needs to get signed off.
I think you're right. I think who's Zach Brown's boss? What's my man's name again?
The chairman of the whole McLaren thing.
Yeah, of the McLaren group.
His name. I remember seeing him.
He needs to get down. He needs to be at Mexico this weekend. He needs to get himself down there. You know what I'm saying? And
he's never at the races.
He's never been to a race, but he needs to get at the race this weekend. That's what he needs to do. We need to definitely get in there and be like, as you say, we just need someone just to freaking nip.
Why do people need to know about papaya rules in the first place? Why do people need to know about repercussions? Why do they need to know about anything?
Yeah, they don't.
This is not your local council where they legally have to be transparent and public with funds. Public. This is a private company. You guys can keep that to yourself. People don't need to know this. So that's my take on repercussion. I don't have a problem with the repercussion itself because these guys signed up to it.
You bear in mind like what happened at Red Bull with Horner and everything. Yeah, the only reason that come out is because the person went out and just leaked it. That means that this was already under investigation, already had beforehand, right? Yeah. So Red Bull were already locking this thing down from, and that's a big story. That was a serious story. That was a serious story. That's what you call, scandal and everything like that. What's it? My man's name? What's it? Renault. the guy who then snitched on the PK crash the next year. You know what I mean? Like the next year he snitched on that. We would hear about repercussions and things like this, or maybe papaya rules
in a book podcast 20 years from now.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. Yeah, they're retired. They're finished. David Coulthard and Hacken have got some stories that we can share, and we're happy to drink in on that. But yeah, no, it's what we can't have is another 2007. That's what we can't have. It's what we can't friggin' have. Max Drea goes on to say, Max with a good car is just scary. We have to call it what it is. The guy is just relentless. He has the balance, and he has the balance back. This will be very, very tight. Squeaky bum time, guys. It's time to get your seatbelts on. Yeah, because I do think Oscar Piastri still wins this title. But let me tell you something right now. We are going to wait until the final race of the season.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
that's what
I think it's going to be anticlimactic. I think someone's going to win before AD.
You think?
Or someone's going to have
look at the
serious lead.
Look at the circuits. Look at the circuits, Mahad, though. Mexico, we're not confident. Qatar, people can argue. But again, did we win in Qatar? I'm not sure if we did. We did good, but I don't think we won in Qatar.
Oh, okay, we got Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas. That's the next three.
What are we saying about Brazil?
We should have won last year. If it just didn't rain, we didn't have rain set up. We actually smoked the grid the day before. I don't understand.
Yeah.
The rain killed us that day.
It did.
We didn't even have the brakes right for the rain.
So Brazil, okay, let's assume that if all goes according to plan, Brazil is what it should be. What was the other race you said? After Brazil?
So Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
Good night. Yeah. Don't even watch
we just need damage limitation. We need to P4, P5.
But
we need damage limitation.
That's been our last 4 races. I hear you totally. That's been our last 4 though. I've just been sitting there watching damage limitation. We can't do damage for 10 races, mate. It's not gonna happen.
Brazil, okay. I'm circling Mexico and Brazil. We need to win these races.
But are we good in Mexico?
I don't care what driver it is. We need to win these races. Obviously, Mexico, they call it Mexico. That's how much times he's won there.
What's he got? 4 wins there? How many wins has he got there? Is it 4?
5.
5? Come on, man. What's he winning 5 races in Mexico? I'll tell you this now, yeah?
In the Mercedes era.
Bruv, exactly. Let me say something. If Max Verstappen gets on pole on Saturday, I'm not watching the race on Sunday. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to go there and sit
we should have won. We would have won last year, Mexico, comfy. If it wasn't for that stupidness, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean...
what a dream scenario is Russell and Leclerc just all of a sudden win the races.
Who won it last year? Was it Sainz?
Yeah, Sainz won.
Sainz won last year,
and then Russell won Las Vegas.
And then Russell.
You need other people.
Listen, just be ahead of Max, guys. Yeah, Oscar and Lando, be ahead of Max. Just get ahead of Max, okay? Let's just prioritize that for now. And not worry about Leclerc and George Russell and all them man there. Let them win their race if they need to win it. Just finish ahead, man. Mohammed says, how do you feel about the World Championship? Yeah, Drivers' Championship now. Because I'm effing scared. Thanos is coming. Listen, Mohammed, I am still of the opinion my boys will be 1 and 2. And it will be Oscar and Lando. Mahad, what about you? House is on the line. The house is on the line, bruv. Who you got?
Don't ask me. I'm not answering that question. For the first time on this stream on McLaren Fan TV, I'm not answering the question.
He's not doing it.
It's no comment.
He's not doing it.
Okay, you got to look at the last 5 races and say, okay, who's winning? Out of our drivers, possibly who could win? Right? I think Mexico is winnable. I think Brazil is winnable. This is like if the drivers are driving properly and their maximum. And something happens to Max and whatever, there's a possibility to win, right?
Yeah.
So Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas, no shot. Just forget about it. Put it in the bag. Put the fries in the bag. Qatar, we should win. We should do so. The thing is, though, Qatar is always like, oh, it's a McLaren stronghold. Guess who beat us? Max.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
On our head top.
Twice he did it, yeah.
23 and 24. AD... Norris is a demon at AD.
So too is Max.
He's got credentials there.
Max has 2.
Max is a demon in AD. But
I can't have.
I'd argue that AD is probably Norris is one of his best tracks, top 3
easily. But Max Verstappen can't be within the title race at AD. He can't be there.
If he's there, yeah, then it's a problem, isn't it?
Like if it's
the goal is the goal. So we've got a Brazil sprint race and we've got a Qatar sprint race. But a Qatar sprint race needs to be wrapped up, or whittled down to 2. Hopefully, our 2.
Like, because you know what you're saying about Vegas. I'm saying that about Mexico, man. I'm just like, I'm writing it off as soon as I see Max on pole on Saturday.
We nearly won last year, man.
I know.
But I saw Max getting packed by signs.
Yeah,
his head was hot.
We saw it.
He got packed by signs, and then Norris was there, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Yeah.
I don't know what was wrong with Red Bull's pace in Mexico last year. I don't know if it's going to translate over to this year.
You wonder, is it a one-off, or maybe they're just paying for the? I mean, because where was Perez last year in that Red Bull? Did he crash?
Do we even know?
Turn 1, was that the turn? Was that the one when he just went out?
Was year four.
Oh right, okay. I'm trying to remember what he did in his final year in Mexico. Anyway, who knows? Max is like Jaws with that music as well, creeping on us. All right, Bonzo, what's going on? Long time. Hey guys, I can't lie. It might get spooky. It's looking like a qualifying championship right now, 100%. And
this car has not been that good at qualifying this year,
no,
even at the beginning.
Exactly. And with that guaranteed bad stop for the second driver, it could get long. Oh, flip sake.
Have you noticed that? It's always the second stop.
I forgot about that. Well, yeah, mate, I was mentioning it the other time, but then I think we didn't have much data on it because Oscar went. Yeah, Oscar went in Baku, isn't it? So it was like, yeah, it was always that second stop.
And then Lando got the second stop this time, and then look what happened.
Yeah, look what happened, man. Yeah. What we need is a one-stop strategy, really, in races. We don't need 2, unless maybe 2 is better. I don't know. That's four tries on that gun. I'm not sure, man. It is looking spooky. Federico, hey guys, I was so mad after lap 1 of the sprint. I turned off the race.
We've got to talk about this.
I've never done that before. If we trip over ourselves like this again, the World Drivers' Championship is Max.
Well, you're not the only one. I switched it off. The last time I actually switched off, I'll be honest, yeah, because I say TV off a lot in it, yeah. The last time I switched off a race was Monza 24. I did not watch that race. To this day, I've not seen it. You think I've seen the podium? I ain't seen nothing. This race, I think this is one of my most valid TV offs.
Yeah.
That's race.
All right.
It's cool. Saturday night. I've got something else to do. I ain't got time for this.
Talk to me then. So, who's at fault here with this one? Is it a case of, all right, cool, it happens in it. Turn 1, 3 doesn't go into 2, but it is what it is. Is it a Hulkenberg issue? Is it an Oscar Piastri just getting a bit like not really seeing what's in front of him here, not really reading the room, if you will? Or is it Lando who kind of maybe shuts the door, depending on which way you look at it?
I don't know, man. I'll just say it's an incident. I ain't seen no replays.
Yeah. You ain't seen no replays?
No, I ain't seen nothing.
Bro, I watched it.
I have not engaged in that whatsoever. I'm not part of this blame game. I just say, for me personally, your only job is not to hit each other. I don't give a shit.
Bro, I watched it 20 times.
Same way last week I scolded Lando for making contact. Don't make contact with each other.
But was it
a case of you got bumped in by somebody else, whatever? Remember, you got other cars around you. Just make sure you get out of turn 1 alive instead of racing.
Yeah.
That should be your prerogative.
Yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? Who's at fault for that one? Yeah, because that is yeah. Oscar just fully ignored Hulk on the inside. Says the Piastri was slightly too ambitious, but racing incident, says TSJ. Awesome. Rosa says Oscar needs to take full advantage of the fact that he gets FP1 time while his contenders miss out.
Oh, because this weekend he's doing FP1 and Max isn't, and Lando isn't.
Oh, he better pack that in.
Pato Award and who's it? Lindblad are driving Max's car. And,
yeah. Reincarnation says Oscar. Okay, so that's where everyone stands on that. Yeah, I think we're annoyed.
I've not seen a cutback in turn 1 on a race start.
Cutback.
The last time I kind of saw that was when Sainz got killed. Sainz got fired.
Carlos Sainz. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just annoyed that my man was there, Hulkenberg, that he was there. I was just annoyed by that. Oh yeah, we just did that comment there. More worried about Vegas. People are saying, Dre says those points in the sprint, it was a racing incident,
That's
but how can you
take
such a risk? Yeah, in the driver's points, he had the right move. Yeah,
that's 7-8. That's 7-6 points. Automatic,
comfortable. Zing, gone. Both of them. We have the same pace. Yeah. But quali was always closer, and Red Bull found things. We didn't update the car for a while. Also, our pace is still great. Just circumstances.
When was our last upgrade? Zanville.
Don't let them show it. Yeah, listen. I think this is obviously on the drivers. Do you know what I'm saying? The drivers actually have to just put the pieces together. That goes from qualifying. That goes in the race. You know what I'm saying? Put it together, because you know what? So be it if Max wins the race. I need you. Where are you 2 and 3, 2 and 4? Like that's what we want to be seeing. We don't want to be seeing, what was it, 5? Was it 6? 2 and 6? And yet, even then, that second place we're talking about with Lando is he took forever and a day to friggin' pass Charles Leclerc, who was really good. But
do you know how long he took? Yeah. Do you know how long he took? Like I literally was getting. I watched it in the morning. I was like, let me get ready for work. Make some breakfast, whatever.
Yeah.
I came out the living room, came back in. The guy's still doing. I was like, bro, I'm doing my whole daily routine. And the guy's not overtaking him.
Man's on the morning routine and he's still not past him. Honestly, man, it's crazy hours. Sarah says, thoughts on the tape shenanigans for Red Bull. God's sake. This weekend, honestly, you said it's eventful. What are your teas on the shenanigans?
Why? How? Apparently, they've been doing it for a long time.
So I've heard.
So to some podcasts, why are they only doing it to Lando? Why are they not doing it to Oscar?
I don't know. Is the answer. And like who snitched on who?
Is that the reason he did a false start in Bahrain? Have we got reasons now? The tape weren't there.
That's the tape weren't there.
I don't know. It's just shit housery, isn't it?
But that's the thing. I'm amazed that even like, you know, the FIA gets involved in that. Yeah.
I don't think it's a rule. I just think it's something that he does, isn't it? It's not.
Mind you, though, 50 grand. Like, I know that's nothing.
They're telling Red Bull stop effing around, I swear.
I know that's
so if I'm the team and I'll go speak to the mechanics now and they've done that, you cost the company 50 grand.
Jesus, that's serious, man.
That's some dock wages there, man.
That's a wage hit. That's a no bonus. That's a no race win bonus. That's what that is. That's there goes your bonus for the race, mate. That's gone. Honcho, Honcho's a right.
Don't even put Honcho in there, because Honcho, I'll be totally honest with you. Yeah. This is McLaren fan TV. This is like all McLaren fans, right? To have conversations. You're clearly not a McLaren fan, bro. This is like you're in the wrong place, bro.
What's Tomo doing?
You're in the wrong place, bro. You're in a rental car place and you ain't got a license. Go grab a line back. You're in the wrong place. You need directions.
Oh my god. What's Tomo's pod? What's the podcast he's on at Red Bull? Tomo.
Yeah, go, brother Tomo. That's my guy.
Is it go Talking Ball? Yeah, bro. Go to Talking Ball, man.
I'll text him right now. Go check Tomo. He'll give you a link.
Oh my god,
you're in the wrong place, bro.
That's so jokes, man.
I'm all about being in the right place.
Yeah,
somebody's in the wrong place. I'll let them know. Yo, tube station's that way. In the wrong area.
In the wrong ends, my bro. Sophia, what's going on? Hi guys. I don't like the thing of ifs, but without Lando's 2 DNFs, he had no control over Zanville and COTA sprints. He would be leading by 12 points. This is the thing that you were making earlier.
He just sorted himself out at the beginning of the season. Obviously, he needed to adapt, and I feel like after Canada, there was a, you know what?
Yeah, man was having a pre-season at the start of the season. You know what it was? He was doing winter testing, mate, when the season has begun. But yeah, I hear you, Sophia. Though I hear you, man. I mean, that's crazy, though, isn't it? Like, if Oscar was behind by 12 points, for example, at this stage, like, as much as I don't care who the driver is that wins, as long as they wear papaya, I'm looking at Oscar saying, what the hell has happened here? Like you were cruising, you were doing so good. We were talking, waxing lyrical about him, or his mentality, his behavior, his not. We were talking about everything we could find. Lando's too emotional. Oscar keeps it still, ice in his veins, yada yada yada. And now, even the thought that could have been something.
I don't know how
serious.
that helps if you're just not fast. How does that help?
How does it help if you're not fast?
Yeah, like this weekend, just not fast. I think that's the most. I said this for years. Like the most fundamental thing, just be fast, man.
Yeah, that is the basics. That is the basics of it.
So all this mentality stuff doesn't matter if you're not fast.
Yeah.
So he just, and the thing is, most of the season in the beginning, he had all of that. Plus, he was fast.
Yeah.
You just need to go back to being fast. And apparently, like he's having issues. He has issues driving in the wind and stuff like that. The car is sensitive to wind, and I agree because if you look at Hungary, Q3, if you look at Silverstone Q3, the wind picks up. Both of these guys can't put their lap in because the car feels completely different. It's very wind sensitive, right?
Yeah.
But your teammate is also holding wind. There's wind for his car.
Yeah.
So you got to adapt.
But listen, like, okay, COTA. Yeah, I like Austin. I like the Austin GP. You know, I like it all. But what changed from the Friday, Saturday to Sunday, where all of a sudden this gale force winds that were happening on Sunday?
In the desert, man.
I was fuming because I was like, someone's put that wind out there to hurt us. Because them man were telling me on Friday and Saturday that it was roasting in Texas. That you know, it was absolute. That it was cooked. Forget the waves. There was no wind. We had the American flag at the top of turn 1. That thing was half mast. Everything was so low. There was no wind whatsoever. Then the race day itself, I said, nah. Who's setting me up? Who is setting up my McLaren boys like this? Someone's added tailwind at the back of that straight. Honestly,
we can't have a car that's sensitive to wind when we put this is an outdoor sport.
Come on,
these men are not racing inside.
Like
they're outside. There's gonna be wind. You know what I'm saying? The wind is crazy. The car can't just fall to pieces. I find it funny, but it's not funny at the same time.
You know, like how like we were rinsing Mercedes. Was it last year or the year before where their car couldn't drive in the cold or something like that? And you're there like, what is going on with what are these science? Yeah, I wish I'd redo science in school all over again because there's things that I do not understand.
One day we'll get we'll get an engineer in there. Let's get a Red Bull engineer, McLaren engineer, somebody.
Yeah.
We'll interview you and ask you these questions as somebody that doesn't know anything about engineering.
Honestly, on a real. Kwame says, you man should be fine, but if your drivers bottle this, it will be up there with Tottenham 2016. Oh, I love that reference. Top man.
The thing is, I said this in the summertime. That would be the biggest bottle in F1 history. You
did say this.
It would be unfortunate if that's put on Oscar's head. I think that it would only be the biggest bottle in F1 history if he loses to Max. If he loses to Lando was about. Lando's in the same car. He was close in points. He was even the lead some point of the season. Losing it to Oscar, losing it to Max, then it will be the biggest ball.
Okay. So what if Oscar? What if Oscar finishes? Okay, you'll say okay.
If Oscar finishes third.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if he finishes third, but Lando wins it? Lando wins, but Oscar finishes third. It's still a giant bottle. That's a frigging big bottle. That is.
I prefer not to speak.
Sophia says apparently Red Bull will be bringing yet another upgrade before the end of the season. This is really risky for our drivers, guys. Oscar, Lando, frigging patting up in these qualifying sessions, and no more DNFs. We got a couple of sprints. No DNFs, man. None whatsoever.
Listen, that engine, that's Mac, man. Might happen. You forgot what engine we have, bro.
Yeah?
You forgot what engine we have.
What the Merc?
Yeah, man. Should be coughing up.
It's coughed a lot this season, hasn't it? Across the board. Them man have been coughing this season. I can't lie. Drea says the sprint hampered us massively. We didn't have data. Couldn't set up the car properly, and we had to be cautious with the ride height. I think that's a good shot. I didn't even think about that. Obviously, we had no data from the sprint.
Yeah, we had no data. Then maybe if we did have the data, we would have started on softs. And then if we start on softs, it might be a different story.
Slightly faster car in Austin, at least Lando. Yeah, we got a patting this stuff up, man. Rosa says, I respect McLaren's racing principles with papaya rules and 2 number 1 drivers, but I cannot tolerate these repercussions nonsense. Yeah. We tackled that one for sure. What are some of you guys saying here? I would Sophia again, I would say they are the fastest because they are the fastest in quali. And race pace is solid too. And I'm guessing you're talking about Red Bull. And won this ground effect era on most tracks. Track position is king. That is true, man. That is true. Shout out to Jade. Hope you're good, Jade P. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, everyone. Few races to go. I said don't discount Norris. Now the gap is 14 points. It is indeed. It is indeed.
They took it down from 33 to 14.
Oscar can't let this happen, man. Oscar can't let this happen. Nerdy MC, hope you're doing good and well. Unfortunately, I think the car wasn't able to be set up 100% after the sprint crash. No data was crucial for the ride height.
And you can see how the performance has changed between the cars. Yeah, even Red Bull wasn't happy with their car in the sprint. Maybe if we stayed alive in the sprint, we might have overtaken him.
That's the thing. You see, that's the other thing. Yeah, because Max was talking about it was kind of giving us an insight as to what could happen in the race, but there's part Fermes after there's no part Ferme rules, is there?
They're there, so you can just do what you want.
So they could change it up anyway. Drea says Bernie Collins said already before the race the wind change would be bad for overtaking. A lot of drivers said it was really difficult, but I agree. Lando is overly cautious. Scott D, what's going on? Afternoon, gentlemen. Due to these consequences, fairness nonsense, I believe Lando and Oscar will not be teammates in 2027.
That could happen.
Listen, I don't mind. Give me a fast driver. That's all I care about. Bring it on.
It's all about how the person reacts. If one of them wins and the other one loses, it's about how they react, how they respond to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man.
If they both lose, then they'll probably be teammates.
To the comment earlier about Baku or Austin, the Incarnation says Austin's worse because he took out his teammate. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, man. There's a lot. All right, let's get into the awards. I didn't realize the time. You guys, shout out to David as well. Shout out to you. He says papaya rules needs to go in the bin. This is going to be 2007. I swear down, it can't be. And I'm getting flashback. What am I seeing on Twitter? My algorithm, yeah. I need to have a word with my algorithm because what have I been seeing lately? All these past 2 days. What's the thing I'm saying? Kimi Raikkonen's championship win.
Yeah, allow it, man. You have to understand how traumatic that is for me.
I don't give a damn if it's an anniversary. That needs to be removed from my timeline. That's what it needs to be. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Sorry guys. There's so many of you that have Hancho was banned and the comments were removed. That's hilarious.
And then he's come back with Pablo, his other account.
Pablo,
and then rated himself. The guy's funny, man.
Shout out to Emmanuel. The prioritizing driver thing doesn't make sense when there is less than a race win worth of points between both McLaren drivers. Only works when there's only a clear number one, i.e. Hamilton.
Exactly, Bottas. This is what I'm saying.
1,000%.
That's what I'm trying to say about if it was Ricciardo Norris.
1,000.
This wouldn't be a conversation. They'll be talking about when's Norris going to win. What date he's going to win the title.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, awards time. Pit crew. You know what? They turned around.
Oh, they fixed 2 cars. 10.
Oh my days, 10. You man are getting 10. Every woman and child and man in that frigging pit garage, you're getting a 10.
That's a small gap, between sprint race and
sprint race to qualifying. Nah, they're getting a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm so sorry. To be dealing with the McLaren shenanigans. Oscar's dumped 2 cars in one weekend at Baku. They've done 2 cars in the same circuit. Nah.
Them men are not used to fixing the cars.
Them man there.
If you think about it, like the mechanics are not used to it because they haven't done it in so long because they don't crash that much. You know what I'm saying?
And it's the fact that that everything is planned, prioritized, timely fashion, this, that, and the other, right? So that gap between the sprint race and qualifying was a scheduled lunch break, was a scheduled nap time, was a scheduled something, right? God knows what their body clock is like in terms of the hours and everything else like that. And then you go and ruin it when you give me 2 cars in the garage. Them man get a 10.
No lunch.
No
Not even a
lunch.
couple.
Do you know how? And when you're in Austin,
Yeah.
you're thinking about that barbecue all morning. You was thinking about that. You was thinking about that barbecue all morning, and then they went and did that on turn 1.
Oh, God.
The good thing was it
I'm
was
seeing
turn
a
1.
wheel going over there. Just bare things going on. I was just like, switch this.
Man, nah, man.
Okay,
Reincarnation says
stop,
310.
pit stop. We got the 4th fastest pit stop.
Okay.
And then we got the 19th fastest pit stop.
Damn.
This equipment's killing us, man.
Nah, man. Them man there. Listen, yeah, it's equipment. You know what I mean? It's equipment. At the end of the
You
day.
can see that they can do the quick one.
Yeah.
And the equipment malfunctions. So yeah, I'm gonna give them a 10 just because they had to fix the cars. They're 2 cars. I can't understand one. 2.
And you know them, and we're having to work overtime on that for sure, helping each other.
Shout out to all the mechanics in there. I know you went overtime. You had to work on both cars. Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. What's Drea saying here? I think Stella said that we have a thing with their pit stop equipment. Yeah, it won't get fixed this season. I'm not sure. We really can blame the people. Yeah, absolutely not. We've been going for the last couple of races, Drea. We've been saying about this because obviously it's been a bit of an issue, and literally how at some point we can't actually criticize them on this for sure. Yeah, they're getting a 10 from me, man. Friggin' working overtime. Strategists, what are we saying about strategists? Getting away with not working again.
They had lack of data. Right?
They did have lack of data.
Don't know why they pitted Oscar before Lando.
Again with the questioning. Why are we asking questions on Team Radio?
I don't know, man. They don't have the data to start on the right tire. I'm just gonna give them a 5. They didn't really do too much, but
strategy.
That's a 5 is bad in it. Let me give it a 6.
A 6. Reincarnation says, look, compromised. Why did they get a 7 then? That's what I want to know. Why would they get a 7? I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that they did well, that they planned well?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, 6.5 is probably what I'd give it. Yeah, somewhere there where it's not really saying much. Let's go with Piastri out of 10. What's Oscar's performance out of 10 this weekend?
Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. What's Oscar's out of 10?
That's the slowest he's been all season. So he's getting a 4. That is literally the slowest he's been. If we look at comparison, all the other races, that's the slowest he's ever been in 2025.
So Drea's making a point here about, Lando and Oscar weren't even in the same race. There was 18 seconds between them. They pitted Lando a little too late, but nothing too wrong. 7, I'm guessing, for the strategists for the, but yeah, 4. 4. What did we give Oscar last week?
I can't remember.
Not last week, sorry, that Baku weekend. Did he get a 1? Did he get a 0?
I gave him a 2. You gave him a 0. Bare people gave him a 0, which is understandable. Actually, I don't even know why I gave him any points. Now, let's just think about it. If you crash in quality and crash in the race, I don't know why you get points. You didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was a Lance Stroll performance, man. Hey, by the way, Lance Stroll's dive bomb, that just reminds me, in the sprint, do you see when he just knocked out my man in turn 1? Who was it?
He does it for the love of the game. Have you ever seen somebody crash and apologize in mid-crash? They're like, my bad, mid-crash.
I said that guy needs to get tested now, brother.
This guy's unbelievable.
He needs to get tested now.
He realized, it's my boy Ocon. I can't even. That's one of my only friends on the grid.
Mate, that was outrageous. Bonzo says for Oscar, even Russell was saying he was slow. That's peak, That's peak, man. Russell can't come on the radio and be saying, yeah, Oscar's slow. Not on the radio. Was it when did he talk? I'm trying to remember if it was on the radio, if it was just like after the race.
Oh, yeah, he said, Oscar's slow. That's what he said, Oscar's slow.
Yeah.
The fact that he said Oscar's slow and did not even catch him is killing me, man. Bro, you can't say Oscar's slow and not overtake him, bro.
Yeah, that's a bit mad.
The radio's unnecessary.
Where did he finish, Russell?
Behind him.
Really? I thought he finished ahead of him.
No, I didn't finish ahead of him. I don't want to hear it, man.
That's jokes. Drea says, Oscar 3, slow and the risk in the sprint cost the whole team a lot. Quick, Scott D says 2. I'm gonna go with 4. 4's fair. If Lando wins this is gonna be the best title campaign that we've ever seen. The championship graph for Lando looks.
Hey, listen. Hey, championship, man.
The title's the title. Ask Kimi Räikkönen, man. Ask him what he thinks about it. Ask
Jensen getting packed in by Barrichello.
Jensen.
By the end of the season.
Ask them man there. Okay, Lando Norris out of 10 before we close the store.
Lando Norris, just do dallying, man. The rest of the weekend, I think he did all right on his lap. In quality, both qualities, he did all right. Did decent. Race pace, outstanding race pace. Just lack of. Got unlucky to get taken out in the sprint race. I'm not even going to grade him for that because he didn't do anything wrong. Pace was really good. Just do dallying with Leclerc. So the do dallying with Leclerc for me is just -3 automatically. So he's getting a 7.
7, yeah. I was toying between 6.5 and 7.
He gained 8 points on his teammate.
Yeah, he's doing what he's had to do.
P2 in quali.
Yeah,
and then just P2 in the race. So
I think Lando's also got 7 for me.
Yeah,
and finally, let's predict very quickly the Mexican Grand Prix, man. Flip's sake, I'm worried, man. I'm not gonna lie. I told you this right now, yeah. If Max is on pole on Saturday, I'm not watching the race on Sunday.
My prediction, I think Lando P2, Oscar P3, Max P1.
See, I can stomach that. Double podium for McLaren. I will stomach that. That I can take.
That's damage limitation.
That is damage, but I feel like I've lived in that zone for ages.
Although I've not really seen Oscar do well in Mexico. I'll be honest. That's just that's copium. If we're talking about copium, that is a copium prediction saying he's going to be on the I know Lando's quick in Mexico. I've seen it.
Yeah, do you know what? Lando for me, I hope and pray he gets pole. I think he will get pole. Yeah, I can't believe.
Do you think there's a crash at turn 1?
You guys are way too harsh.
Whoa! There's a crash at turn 1.
Is there a crash in turn 1
between like Max and Lando, or Max?
How does turn 1 go? I'm trying to remember. It's like, is it
just long straight?
And then is it like a yeah? So it's like a 1 and 2, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, go on. Let's spice this up, man. Let's get.
Man. I don't want. We shouldn't be saying that our drivers are going to crash.
I'm not saying
if our drivers crash with Max, then one of them's winning the title.
I need to see Lando and Max take each other out, bruv. Oscar, zing. Off you go, brother. Off you go, zing. See you later. See you later, mate.
It could be the other way around.
Awesome saying that we're harsh.
Even if it was the other way around, that would be dramatic as well. If it was Verstappen and Oscar hit each other, and then Norris goes.
And then Lando goes. Oh my god.
What we don't want to see is Oscar Lando crashing into each other and Verstappen go. That's nonsense.
Bro, if Verstappen
they both get a 0 immediately. I don't even care what happened, the context or anything like that. They used to crash into each other turn 1. I'm putting 0. I'm putting 0. Both of them.
Mate, oh god. TSJ, how are you saying we?
Reincarnation said it here. Look, I'm fine if there's a crash as long as it's with Max.
Then what?
that eliminates Max out of it.
We hear it. That's what we're here for. Oh my days, for sure.
To be fair, I'd rather us be running P2, P3, lap 45. His engine's gone. Max done. He's in the lead, just done, cooked. That's what I need in my veins.
What I need first is the effing and blinding on the team radio before it actually happens, because Max feels it before it happens.
It's the altitude. The altitude got to the engine. Something like that. Something stupid.
GP's there, like, we'll take a look at it, Max. And then next thing you know, bro. Boom.
If it happens to us, though, I'll be very upset.
Tears, bro. Tears will be in my eyes. 15th podium for McLaren, 7 out of 10 for Lando.
Yeah,
was that our 15th podium this season?
One thing I'll say, he's had a bit of a roller coaster season, but guess what? He's been consistent with getting on that podium, bro.
Getting on that podium for sure.
He's gonna be like, I think by the end of the year or early next year, he'll be top 20 all time podiums.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wicked, man. Good stuff, Lando.
Which is crazy because he's only 25.
You check that out. Reincarnation says, I think Max pole, Lando win. Whoa. That's got to be it. There's got to be a crash, isn't it? Is pole the place to start in Mexico? Where is pole position on the circuit?
Do you remember Mexico 21 with Bottas and Hamilton on the front row?
Hamilton,
Max still dumped on them.
And Max dunked on both of them. I saw a replay of that literally, I think, yesterday.
Good.
Yeah,
Lord.
listen, Formula One. I think it's Formula One's Twitter account. Somebody is just putting out, like they're just putting out content hard, just reminding me of some trauma that I've witnessed over the years, man.
Let's just hope that we win. Let's just say our car just does a madness.
Yeah, man. That's
and
what
then
we
we blow them out the water. Yeah, Lando Norris top 25 podiums of all time.
That's what he is currently.
Yeah, he's top 25 right now. He's number 21.
With how many?
41.
Flipping hell, Lando.
He's got the same as Felipe Massa.
Oh, love that.
And then
that.
Webber's got 42. Damon Hill's got 42.
Wow.
So I reckon he can definitely get top 10.
Fair enough. Last couple of comments here. Drea saying that Lando 7.5. Yes, he could have overtaken earlier, but qualified well.
Yeah.
3/10 on Oscar 2 times.
Yeah.
Maximized what he could. With Max on pole, you don't win that.
Yeah, that's true.
Verstappen, get out of here. Sarah says, most obviously Max win, unfortunately. Fine, yeah, as long as they crash. I need Max to impede someone and get a grid penalty. Speaking of that, right? Not necessarily exactly that, but how worried were you when Lando Norris was getting that black and white flag about the track limits?
I thought he would be all right.
Did you? I can't lie. I started itching.
I think he should have been warned sooner about the strikes. If he got warned sooner about the strikes, then he wouldn't have got the black and white flag in the first place.
Speaking of that, did you see Albon?
Why did they tell him? He told him when he already got the black and white flag. What's the point? You're supposed to tell him when he's on 2 strikes or 1 strike.
Mate, Albon was losing it. So why you tell me about the first ones? Scott D, gotta go. Thank you both for this channel and your enthusiasm and attention to detail. Well done. Big up yourself, so Scott D, man. Have a good evening. Sarah says Mexico 23 was a great drive from Lando. If we forget the Saturday performance, we shall be forgetting that. Sure. Don't jinx us, guys. Let's not wish something for Max.
Yeah, let's hope for our car to be absolutely amazing and blow everybody out of the wall.
41 podiums, as mentioned earlier there by Mahad. Scott D says it is on the racing line. Still need a good start, but short turn to turn 1. Okay. So last couple now. Sophia says, I remember last year everyone was saying it's hard to maintain P1 from pole. Then Carlos got the pole and won it. Yeah,
Carlos was on another level, man.
He was on another level that day. I mean, the guy was still, man, he was still fuming about that champ losing his seat. Yeah. Reincarnation immediately after overtaking Leclerc, Lando put 7 seconds on him.
This is what I'm saying. Lando, the pace has never been an issue. Let's just say that.
Lando to win the race, in my opinion, to get on pole position and win the race. Oscar Piastri will be P2, Max Verstappen P3.
That would put a lot of fires out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, boy. Right, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back. Is it next week? Flipping hell, it's this weekend, that Grand Prix as well. Where it's heavy duty.
We'll do it on Tuesday. We'll do it on Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, I think we can do it on Tuesday. But yeah, we can't have another Max domination. Absolutely not.
Oh God, absolutely please, not Mexico as well. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Yeah, exactly. Yes, guys, we'll see you next Tuesday, 7 o'clock UK time. And don't forget the clocks go back if you're from the UK this Sunday. So you get an extra hour's sleep. So don't watch that. Until next time, we'll see you then. We are out. Peace.